Welcome back to our PFAS Basics series. This video will go over how to find a point-of-use water filter certified to lower PFAS levels in the water you drink and cook with every day, and different options for buying PFAS-free bottled water. For information on our state action levels and how to know if you have PFAS in your water, check out PFAS Basics Video 3, Lowering Your Exposure to PFAS in Drinking Water, in the video playlist. In most cases, we recommend using a water filter to lower PFAS in your drinking water. Point-of-use filters can be purchased at your local home improvement store or online. There are several different styles available, like under-the-sink filters or countertop filters. Every household will have different needs, so be sure to look at the information on the filter's box to decide which one is best for your home. If buying filters online, try to shop on home improvement store websites. Be careful about internet scams if you're buying filters on general consumer product retailer websites. Filter advertisements or descriptions on these websites can contain false claims about removing PFAS from your water. Look for filters that have been tested and certified by an independent third party, like NSF. Certified PFAS filters will have both of these statements on the packaging: NSF/ANSI Standard 53 or 58, Drinking Water Treatment Units, Health Effects, and PFOA reduction and PFOS reduction, or just PFAS reduction. If the packaging does not include both claims, the filter may not be certified to reduce PFAS. Do not rely on the product title alone when shopping from general consumer product retailers online. See our list of point-of-use filters certified to reduce PFAS using the PFAS Point-of-Use Filter Options fact sheet in the video description. To check if your filter is certified, follow the instructions in the Home Water Treatment for PFAS fact sheet in the video description. Point-of-use filters use different methods to reduce PFAS in your household tap water. Two common methods that filters use to filter your water are granular activated carbon, or a process called reverse osmosis. Granular activated carbon uses a container called a cartridge to filter PFAS out of your water. Cartridges are filled with carbon that PFAS chemicals and other contaminants stick to as water passes through. Keep these things in mind when shopping for granular activated carbon filters. Carbon filters are usually less expensive than reverse osmosis filters. They allow water to flow quickly from the tap. They work well with low water pressure. They remove many types of PFAS from drinking water, and they don't waste water. Other things to keep in mind with carbon filters include: the cartridge must be replaced as often as the manufacturer recommends. Some carbon filters come with an indicator light, but most do not alert you when the cartridge needs to be replaced. You'll need to remember to replace it. If there are high levels of other contaminants in your water, like nitrates, these could clog the filter. This means the filter is less effective at reducing PFAS levels and may need to have the cartridge replaced more often than the manufacturer recommends. Some filters come with a second filter, called a pre-filter, to help with this problem. PFAS are thrown out with the cartridge when it's replaced. If the cartridge is not replaced regularly, it can stop working or even increase the amount of PFAS in your drinking water. Reverse osmosis filters use a layer called a membrane that has very small holes to filter PFAS and other contaminants out of water as it flows through. Sometimes they need a pre-filter to clean out small particles like dirt or silt. Keep these things in mind when shopping for reverse osmosis filters. They are usually more expensive than granular activated carbon filters. They can make water flow slower. They need enough water pressure to work correctly. They are better than carbon filters at removing all PFAS from drinking water. And the membrane does not need to be replaced often. Follow the manufacturer's directions for replacing the membrane and pre-filter. Other things to keep in mind include: reverse osmosis filters do waste some water. On average, 4 gallons of water go down the drain to get 1 gallon of filtered water. Some newer systems use less water, so check the label if this is important to you. High levels of minerals or other contaminants in your water may clog or foul the filter, and you may need to replace it more regularly. Alternatively, you could install pre-treatment to remove these before the water reaches the membrane. Reverse osmosis filters can send filtered PFAS down the drain to either your local sewer or to your septic tank. Some public water systems in Washington that have found PFAS are taking steps to filter their water. About a dozen public water systems have installed or are planning to install PFAS water treatment systems on one or more of the wells in their system. Most are using granular activated carbon technology. To find out if your water system is treating your water for PFAS, you can contact them at the number on your water bill, or you can check out their website. When shopping for bottled water, only choose water labeled purified. Not all bottled water is PFAS-free. PFAS chemicals have been found in some bottled spring water. Filtered bottled water comes in jugs, gallon cartons, or cases of individual bottles. Jugs can be ordered through a water delivery service. Some grocery stores also fill jugs up if you bring them into the store. If you choose jugs, you will need a special water dispenser, sometimes called a water cooler, to go with the jug. You can buy water dispensers online or at your local general merchandise retailer. Here's a few things to keep in mind when choosing the best bottled water option for your home. Bottled water jugs are refillable. This makes them more sustainable than gallon cartons or cases. However, they are heavy when they're full. Jugs can freeze and break if left outside during the winter. This can happen with water delivery services. Cases of bottled water and gallon cartons are lighter and easier to carry. You can buy these at your local grocery store. However, you may need to buy a lot of them to meet your household's drinking and cooking needs. If you have access to recycling services, check to see if you can recycle empty bottles. You can look up what recycling services are offered by your county using your preferred internet browser. We are still learning about how PFAS affects pets. If you have PFAS in your water or are concerned about your pet, you can switch them to filtered or bottled water too. You can also ask your veterinarian for advice. Thanks for tuning into our PFAS Basics series. For more information about PFAS chemicals, check out our website at doh.wa.gov/PFAS.